Was The Rise of Skywalker worth nearly $600 million? The answer might shock you. The final chapter of the Skywalker saga, Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, left audiences sharply divided. But what if I told you Disney poured almost $600 million into making it? That's right, a staggering sum that raises the burning question. Was it money well spent or a galactic-sized financial misstep? For years, the estimated budget for the finale to the Star Wars sequel trilogy hovered around a hefty $275 million. That number alone is enough to make any accountant's eyes water. But a recent report from Forbes has blown the lid off that figure, revealing a gross spend of $593.7 million. But here's where it gets controversial. Now, before you start imagining Scrooge McDuck diving into a vault of galactic credits, there's a crucial detail. Disney received a substantial reimbursement in the form of £103.8 million in tax credits from the UK government. This brought the net budget down to a more manageable, yet still astronomical $489.9 million. Even with the tax break, The Rise of Skywalker slides comfortably into the ranks of the most expensive movies ever made, battling it out with fellow behemoths like J.J. Abrams' own Star Wars, Episode 7, The Force Awakens, $447 million. And Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, $465 million. You might be wondering, how do we even know these numbers? Movie studios are notoriously secretive about budgets, often burying them within broader financial reports, especially in the U.S. However, to access those sweet UK tax credits, transparency is key. Studios must establish individual companies for each production, meticulously documenting every expense. These reports eventually surface, revealing the true cost of bringing these cinematic worlds to life. And this is the part most people miss. Franchise budgets have been ballooning for years, but even in an era of $200 million blockbusters, a near $600 million price tag is astonishing. It begs the question, is this sustainable, or are studios setting themselves up for potential financial ruin by chasing ever higher spectacle? The Rise of Skywalker. A financial success? Kind of. No film should realistically require $500 million to create. However, did Disney actually lose money on The Rise of Skywalker? The answer, surprisingly, is probably not. The film grossed over $1 billion at the global box office. Since theaters typically retain about half of ticket sales, Disney pocketed over $500 million just from the theatrical release. Factor in Blu-ray DVD sales, video-on-demand rentals, streaming revenue, and merchandise sales, and the film likely landed in the black. But here's the rub. The profit margin was likely far smaller than it should have been. Consider Rian Johnson's Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, which earned $1.33 billion worldwide against a reported $260 million budget. That's a significantly higher return on investment. The bigger problem with The Last Jedi, of course, was its polarizing reception, a reaction that appeared to take Disney and Lucasfilm by surprise. In response, J.J. Abrams returned to direct Rise of Skywalker, attempting to course-correct. The result? A film arguably as divisive as its predecessor. The fact that Disney spent nearly $600 million on this attempt to appease fans is mind-boggling. One has to question the strategy behind the massive investment, especially when the outcome was so uncertain. Ultimately, The Rise of Skywalker did generate a profit, on paper at least. But it highlights a concerning trend. A film that earns over $1 billion should be a financial windfall for the studio. There should be no scenario where such a massive box office success barely breaks even. Let's hope that future Star Wars projects, such as The Mandalorian Grogu and Star Wars Starfighter, keep their budgets under control. What do you think? Was The Rise of Skywalker worth the massive investment? Did Disney make the right call in trying to course-correct after The Last Jedi, even if it meant spending so much? Or should they have stuck to their guns and trusted Johnson's vision? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.